Let me see this.
What's up, everybody? Damon here at San Diego Comic-Con 2023 with today's biggest gaming news. We've got a lot to get through, so let's dive straight in. Square Enix responds to concerns about Final Fantasy 16 sales, the FTC has put a halt to its Xbox Activision trial, and Blizzard has defended Diablo 4's minuscule, uber-unique drop rates. This is your Daily Fix.
I just want to look at the Final Fantasy thing.
Final Fantasy 16 was released just last month, and fans of the long-running RPG-turned-action RPG series have been concerned that it just isn't selling well. Well, don't worry, it's apparently doing just fine. Square Enix has told IGN that Final Fantasy 16 sales are extremely strong, and that it's all down to how many people have a PS5. Concerns began earlier this week.
What a fucking surprise there. How many of you guys... How much is a PS5? Like, I don't even know how much a PS5 is now. How much is it? It's $500. Yeah, well, a lot of people probably don't have $500 to spend on a fucking console. Because like people buy a PC, people already have an Xbox, people have a PS4, money's tight. Like it's crazy because like in order to play these games, this is what I fucking hate about consoles, is like if you want to play one of these games on a console, you have to buy the fucking console. And like, I don't care if the console, it's a lawsuit for the company. Who cares? Just fucking, like, let people play it on other platforms. Again, there is no benefit for the end user that these games are not available on every platform. And again, oftentimes these companies are bought into exclusivity. The developer themselves would have made it available for all of these other platforms. But it's not because the fucking, like, Sony pays them not to do it. So, yeah, Sony loves their bullshit. They do. They absolutely... That's why it's like, bro, of all the people to start shitting on Microsoft, Sony to do this, are you fucking kidding me? They have more exclusives than anybody. And Nintendo is just sitting back like, oh, wow, man, that's fucked up, huh? Wow, man, don't look at me. Hey, no. Right? They don't want anybody to even say Nintendo. But the truth is that, like, again, I don't want to have to buy a $500 fucking console. It's insane. It's fucking crazy.
When Bloomberg revealed that Final Fantasy 16 sales had dropped dramatically in the second week
people
after
haven't
the game's
bought
launch.
the game.
The PS5 exclusive sold 3 million copies in its launch week, a figure that falls short of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which sold 3.5 million copies in its first 3 days.
Wow, what a big fucking surprise. How many consoles did the Final Fantasy VII Remake come to? Was it only on PlayStation? I actually don't know. Was it only on PlayStation or not? No, it was only on PS4. Okay, well, I mean, I'll tell you this. There's an PC. Well, that's pretty big. PC is later. Either way, a lot more people had a PS4. And you want to know another reason? Is because I think comparatively the PS4 was better than PS5. PS5 is nice. I have a PS5 and I have a PS4. But I think for its time, the PS4 was a bigger deal. So it makes sense that more people would have had a PS4.
Bloomberg added that
especially in the life cycle.
16 had lagged since launch, and that Square Enix was grappling with weak momentum on its flagship franchise.
Yeah.
However, Square Enix says that it's
and also, like, another thing is that, like, Final Fantasy VII is, like, in terms of, like, mainstream awareness, is probably in the top 10, if not the top 20 games in mainstream awareness. It is the most, it's iconic, yeah. It's like, whenever you think of Final Fantasy, you think of Final Fantasy VII. You don't think of Final Fantasy 9 or 3 or fucking like 15. No, you're thinking of Final Fantasy VII. Or maybe 10. I think there's like maybe 14 if you're an MMO player. But I think that most people, if you were to fucking poll a lot of people, I think Final Fantasy VII, like you ask people to name the characters, I think more people could name the Final Fantasy VII characters than any other characters in any other Final Fantasy, and I don't even think that it would be close, especially if you include Tifa. True. So yeah, of course that game's gonna sell better. That's like that's their biggest game.
because there are a smaller number of players with PS5s compared to how many people had PS4s when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out. They told IGN that, quote, the attach rate of Final Fantasy XVI is considerably high given the PS5 install base.
Yeah.
They added,
Yeah.
Square Enix considers the initial sales results of Final Fantasy XVI to be extremely strong, and we will continue to carry out a wide range of initiatives to encourage even more people to play the game.
Let's get an initiative to have it go to fucking PC. How about that? Is 7 the one with Cloud? Never played a Final Fantasy game? Yes, it is. My point exactly.
And let's not forget, Sony has presumably compensated Square Enix somehow for PS5 exclusivity.
Ah, I see. That's exactly what I was saying.
So Square might be able to afford to be patient with Final Fantasy XVI's sales.
Yeah.
Moving on, the FTC has hit...
Yeah, they just got paid out to release it exclusively. So that's what I'm saying, right? The reason why it's not on PC, at least one of the reasons, is because they're literally being paid for it not to be on PC. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, like, again, we're probably going to finish Final Fantasy 16 this week. I thought the game was good. I mean, again, I don't think that the game is a perfect 10. I think it's very good, but I don't think it's a perfect 10. So it makes sense. Like, I mean, if you've got a PS5, if you've got $500 to throw away on a console, you probably bought this game too, you know? 7 at best, 8 out of 10. I think it's a 9. I think it's a 9 out of 10 game. I do. I really think that I think it's a great game. I think it's a 9 out of 10 game. But again, like, I don't really care a lot about, and this is my rating. I will finish the game and then I will give a full review of the game, okay?